Good morning. I am going to present the title Pulse Rate Estimation with a Smartphone Camera Using Image Processing Algorithm. Myself Nirmala and my co-authors of this paper are E.C. Soumya and L. Suganti. Our paper ID is 63. We are from Sri Sivasubramanian Nadar College of Engineering, Chennai, and we are presenting this work for the 3rd International Conference on Data Science, Machine Learning and Applications 2021. The contents of this presentation includes introduction, motivation, aim, objective, literature review, methodology, followed by the image processing techniques, simulated results, validation of the result, conclusion, and reference. Introduction. So, monitoring the cardiac activity is going to play an important role in maintaining our human health. We have several methods for monitoring the state-of-art methods for monitoring the cardiac activity. One such is the electrocardiogram, and then we have photolithosmography. So in both the cases, like the patient has been connected to the equipment, and then the electrodes are fixed, and then the volume of the blood and the related pulse rate and the heart rate and the ECG signals are being obtained, and then from that the cardiac activity is being monitored. So photolithosmography is one of the non-invasive technique to determine the volume of blood flow in the body. But the pulse rate has been obtained from the PP interval it is nothing but the beat to beat activity of the cardiovascular event. So pulse oximeter is a non-invasive device that is used to record this PPG, and it is determines the volume of the blood based on the absorption of the light by the oxy and the deoxyhemoglobin. Even though all these state-of-art methods have the many advantages and they are the proven methods, it also requires some assistance and the personal discomfort. It also causes some personal discomfort on wearing that particular electrodes or the device during the recording, that is for the monitoring the cardiovascular events. Motivation. The person cannot monitor his own cardiovascular event instantaneously without any additional device. So having this pulse oximeter and the photolithosmography principle in mind, we thought that we can go for an algorithm that can estimate the pulse rate with the by capturing the video with the camera that is available in the smartphone. And we all know for all the people of all the ages, the smartphone have become a very indispensable in their daily lives. And this does not have any sensors, additional sensors or a device that has to be connected to the patient. So using the camera that is available in the smartphone, the cardiovascular event can be monitored. So here, this can also be used in case of the teleconsultation, during which the person or the participant or the subject can record his own pulse rate using the smartphone, and then the estimated value can be shown to the doctor during the teleconsultation. So the aim of this work is to develop an image processing algorithm that helps to estimate the pulse rate using the images captured from the smartphone camera. Objectives of this work include: first step is acquisition of the blood flow in the fingertip by recording the video using the smartphone camera. The next objective is the extraction of the frames from the video sequence, and then identifying the suitable image processing algorithm and implementing it to the extracted frames. Then determining the PPG value using the intensity based principle, and then plotting the PPG signal with that obtained values. From the PPG signal, we need to estimate the PP interval and then the pulse rate. So the estimated pulse rate needs to be validated with the existing state-of-art method. So these are the objectives of this work. Then comes the literature survey. We went through several literatures, current research that is being carried out in this area, and then we inferred like the blood volume pulses which has the color variation associated with the color variation can be used as a basic concept for introducing the image processing algorithm. So coming to the methodology, first the image, that is a video of the fingertip, has been recording by asking the participant to place the finger near the camera and switching on the flash, that is a LED that is available in the smartphone camera, and this video has been captured for around 5 seconds. Then from the recorded video, the frames are being extracted. Then the image processing algorithm has been applied to the each frame for one particular subject and then try to estimate the pulse rate. So based on the light absorption by the RGB component, we try to threshold that image. To the thresholded image, that is here the image means the frame. To the thresholded frame, we compute the centroid with the help of the maximum and the minimum intensity values. So with the help from the computed centroid, we try to draw a circle that covers the maximum intensity region, and to that circle we try to plot the radius, and the radius that exactly fits into the within the circle is being considered, and this radius will correspond to the PPG values, and these are nothing but the estimated PPG values. So with this PPG values, we try to plot the PPG signal, and from the signal we try to estimate the peak to peak interval, and which helps to derive the pulse rate. So this pulse rate obtained or estimated is then validated using the state-of-art method. Here we have considered the pulse oximeter. As a first step in the methodology, we have the data acquisition. So here we have chosen 15 subjects of age group 20 to 25, and then we are asked one of the first participant to place his fingertip near the mobile camera and switched on the flash, that is a LED available. Here we have used the Vivo Z1 camera. As here we can see in this picture, like this is going to be the position of placing the finger over the camera in the smartphone, and then the video has been captured for around 5 seconds, and then this is the frames of that video that has been obtained for the subject 1. And then here we are recording the there is a video under two conditions. That is, first the participant is asked to be in the relaxed condition, and then after a physical activity. Here we have chosen physical activity to climb the stairs, and then for 5 times, and then we asked the participant to place the finger, and then we recorded the video of the fingertip in order to see the variation in the pulse rate during the normal resting state as well as in the enhanced cardiac activity state. So the image processing methodology that is included here is the thresholded, the frames are being extracted, then we implement the thresholding function. From that we compute the centroid, and with the help of the centroid we draw the circle, and from the circle we try to obtain the radius, and we try to plot the radius for all the frames for one particular subject to get the PPG signal, and we apply the Fourier transform and try to estimate the pulse rate. Then as a first step in the image processing technique, we have this thresholding. So in order to threshold or convert that each frame into the binary image, we need to have the threshold value. So the threshold value is been computed using this formula, that is max of f minus of 1 by 20 into max of f minus min of f. Here the f corresponds to the frame number, and then we take the red component of that frame and we find out the mean maximum intensity and mean minimum intensity. Based on using those values, we try to compute the threshold value. So using the threshold value, we convert each frame into the binary image. So here we can see that is the thresholded image or the binary image that has been obtained for 2 frames for one particular participant. And with this thresholded binary image, we try to compute the centroid using the formula C1 is equal to summation of x by n and C2 is equal to summation of y by n, where x and y are the coordinates of each pixel with a value of 1. So here all these intensity values are going to be high or equal to 1. And then where n is the total number of such values. And C1 and C2 are nothing but the centroid obtained for the coordinates x and y. So with this centroid, we try to draw a circle that exactly covers that region. So the radius, and then we try to draw the lines at different angles and from the center to that of the boundary of that circle. So distance from the center to the boundary values was taken as the radius of the circle, provided the distance should not exceed the boundary. So here if you see in this case, the distance that this line has exceeded the region, actually the region of interest. So those radius will not be considered. The line that exactly fits into the circle. So those radius alone will be considered for plotting the signal. So the radius obtained from each frame is being considered, and then here we are going to have we have that is nothing but the PPG values. So we got the recorded the video for 5 seconds and we extracted around 109 frames. For each frame we obtained the radius value. This radius value are nothing but the PPG value. So here we can see the table with the frames 109 for one particular subject and the corresponding radius, which is nothing but the PPG value. Why here the PPG value is that covers the maximum intensity, which means there is going to be since our blood flow is going to be in the pulsatile fashion. So from that radius values or the PPG values, we try to plot the signal. The computed radius is going to correspond to the PPG value, and the PPG signal is obtained by plotting the radius of all the captured frames. The next we go for estimation of the PP interval, that is a peak to peak interval. So the average peak to peak interval was found to be around, for that particular participant, is found to be around 12.714, and it was found that is for 5-second video that has been captured, the peak occurs at every 0.07 second. So this is the peak that has been identified, and the peak interval is around, average of that is going to be around 12.7. Next comes the estimation of the pulse rate. So the pulse rate here we are going to calculate it or compute it using by taking the Fourier transform to the PPG signal that has been estimated. Since a 109 frames was obtained for 5 seconds, the FFT was done at a sampling frequency of around 21.8 Hz. The peak frequency corresponds to the pulse rate. So here it is to be noted that for 1 Hz it corresponds to the 60 beats per minute. So the average peak to peak interval was 12.7143 for that particular participant. Here hence the heart rate is going to be around 120 beats per minute. So the video has been recorded for the person using while during the physical activity, and hence the heart rate is going to be increased in this case. And then, so similarly, we computed for around 15 participants under the resting state as well as after some physical activity, that is climbing the stairs. And at the same time, when the image was captured, we also tried to obtain the pulse rate using the pulse oximeter. At the same time, when we acquired the images, that is a video, at the same time we use a pulse oximeter, and then we try to compute the that is a pulse rate using the pulse oximeter. And here we can see the table showing for the 15 participants using the smartphone the estimated pulse rate and using the pulse oximeter, and this is under the relaxed condition, and here it is under the under the physical activity. So pulse rate under the physical activity, and here we can see the plot. So the error or the difference between the both estimated pulse rate and the actual pulse rate using the pulse oximeter. So conclusion, here we acquired the data for 15 subjects under the two state, that is resting state, and the enhanced cardiac activity state, that is after climbing the stairs. And the video is being recorded by placing the fingertip in front of the smartphone camera with the LED switched on. And we converted each video of the participant into the frames, that is we extracted 109 frames from the 5-second video, and then we perform the image processing technique that includes a thresholding and then computing the centroid, and with the help of the centroid drawing a circle that exactly fits into that region, and then drawing the lines at various angles and identifying the line that exactly fits into that region then those lines are considered, the lines in the sense here is nothing but the radius, and those radius are considered to be the PPG values, and we for all the same procedure is done for all the frames, 109 frames for each participant, and then we try to estimate the PPG signal. Then we implemented the Fourier transform, and then we try to find out the peak interval, and with that peak interval we estimated the pulse rate. So this is being done under the two conditions, the relaxed state as well as after the physical activity. Then the obtained pulse rate for each subject is being compared with that of the pulse oximeter, which is a standard state of art method. So this is our work we have done. Further, this work can also be enhanced by fixing the various protocol like severe mental activity. Under mental activity, how the pulse rate is getting varied by fixing, by showing some pictures, or by and so that helps them to analyze the emotional condition also. The same way, this parameter can also be considered, and it can also be taken along with the thermal image, and then both the thing can be correlated, and even the emotion or the stress can also be identified. That will be the future work of this methodology. Thank you. So these are the references that we have used for this work.